Yeerks, Hork-Bajir, and Taxons. Welcome to the Wonder Yeerks for all your Animorphs rereading and eventual rewatching needs. I am Sarah.
I'm Blair.
And I'm the third host of this podcast, someone completely different from who it normally is, from another timeline.
Oh, okay.
That person's name is fucking Emily Swashbuckle. I'm going back to an old name. TBT, anyone who followed me on Tumblr in 2010, you're the real ones.
That was me.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember, I think like a couple months into me following you, you were like, here's a list of things I want to change my handle to. And nudity was one of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, you should do that one. And then you did.
And then I did. And then it was the hashtag brand. I mean,
Yep.
At the time when I first changed my usernames across everything to nudity, it was like, oh, I'm naked on the internet all the time and also drink a lot of tea. And now I'm like mostly clothed on the internet and drink coffee. So like a lot has changed, but the brand is still there.
Wow, I feel like I met you a while ago. Like, I think I've known you for at least, 4 or 5 years now, Seda?
Yeah.
If not longer. And, the idea of you ever having been a tea person, despite what your Twitter handle has been as long as I've known you, is completely foreign to me.
Yeah, I hated coffee until about 4 years ago. I first started drinking coffee when I worked on a cruise ship in 2013 because I was working 15-hour days, getting 2 hours of sleep. And so I started drinking coffee medicinally. I've probably told this story before. Anyway.
I don't think I've heard it, but I do have a very bad memory.
Yeah.
I remember this moment in your life.
Yeah. And now I'm just caffeinated all the time. Yep.
Yeah.
It's great.
I left my coffee mug at work yesterday, so I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to not drink coffee today. I got full 8 hours of sleep, which is the most sleep I've gotten in probably 2 weeks. And I got to work, and I was, at work, and I was, doing good. And then, an hour into my shift, I was like, oh, caffeine headache. That's a thing that happens.
Oh, no.
So I just, drove to the gas station and got, a little cold brew. Hey, here's my beef. Here's a little corner called Here's My Beef.
Here's Blair's beef. I love this part of the podcast.
So, the thing
Fans are inviting in to ask, can we get some more of Blair's beef?
The thing about, little single-serve gas station iced coffees, especially ones that have, an energy drink sort of gimmick to them, is that 99% of them are just loaded with, just loaded with milk for no reason.
I know.
And I don't I will drink a Red Bull if I must, but I try not to drink actual energy drinks because I don't like sour things very much. And I really do like the taste of coffee quite a bit. But I sent my roommate to pick up something for me because she was going to the grocery store, and I was like, if they have just a single serve cold press there, can you please grab me one? And she was like, they all have 75% cream in them, and I'm like, God hates me, I guess.
It's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
I don't drink energy drinks because they make me feel like I'm on speed, and not in a good way.
Right.
So I'm very happy that Starbucks cold brew with no cream in it is now becoming more and more popular. But I mean, I'm also a big mason jar person now, so I just sort of also always have a mason jar of coffee in my bag. If you heard a little sort of opening a couple minutes ago, that was me just opening my mason jar full of cold brew and soy milk. I am who I am.
And
I'm
we
so
love you
who I
for
am.
it.
It's exhausting, you know?
I try to avoid energy drinks when I can because I am not responsible with them. One day I was like, I'm kind of tired and I'm going to a Smash Brothers tournament. I should probably go to pick something up. And then 2 cans of Rain Energy, each of which has 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. 2 cans of that later, I was just fucking vibrating through the floor at the Smash tournament.
Oh, no.
I don't know what numbers mean. It says 300 and I'm like, oh, that seems high. Probably what I need. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Oh boy, yeah.
And the thing is that Rain, the energy drink that I had, like it fucks, like that is the energy drink that fucks up friend of the show, Kit, friend of the show, energy drinker of the show, Kit, more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too much caffeine.
When I was studying for finals in 2017 or 2018, I really don't remember. Probably 2018. I had 2 cans of NOS because I was going to try to pull an all-nighter, and it basically just made me feel like a dead person, so I didn't do that. Also, it tastes so gross. I cannot explain to you how gross NOS tastes.
I feel like you probably have energy drinks there that are illegal here.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of vibrating, this is the best cover of all time, and that was me just coming out of, like, vibrating out of my skin when I first laid eyes on, like, I opened up my file and I looked at the cover of this Animorphs book we're going to discuss.
Yes.
And it's the best Animorphs cover of all time. It's the best book cover of all time. There's never been a better book cover. I love it so much.
It's, it's so dramatic.
It's so dramatic. We are talking about the 4th Megamorphs book.
The 4th and final Megamorphs book.
Exactly that. And the cover is this, like, grayscale, black and white, sort of boy, like, not, like, indie band, but very 90s sort of alt-rock, like, album cover.
They look like an edgy boy band, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing. I guess... there's everybody staring into the camera with very dark eyes, and then Tobias is just sort of, like, in front, looking like he's going real fast. There's no tagline.
I mean, to me, it kind of just more, it looks more like Tobias T-posing, but...
Yeah.
Like if you, like, made a bird model T-pose, I think that's what it would look like.
He's coming right at
Right,
ya.
but there's, like, motion blur put on it, you know?
Oh,
Right.
there is, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
And the title is Back to Before, which also, it sounds like these kids have been a boy band since they were, like, or they've been a pop group since they were, like, 12, and now they're 15, and they're like, we're going back to our roots. For our 4th album. Back to
Yes.
and it would be back to B4. Like,
Yes.
Because everyone was
my
just
God,
doing numbers.
yeah.
This is like the secret 3rd album that Dream Street never released.
Oh, you can just see their sneakers poking out of the bottom of their baggy 90s jeans. What a blessing.
Oh my god. I think Animorphs is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I do appreciate.
End of podcast.
I do really appreciate how Axe is in human form on the cover of this book.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was literally just, I'm very stupid, so I was counting them on my fingers while thinking the names in my head, and then
No,
being
I
like,
did
wait
the
a
same
second.
thing. I was doing the same thing. I was like, okay, wait, why is Tobias on here? Oh, that's right.
So which one of them's
Axe.
supposed to be Axe?
Is it the blonde one?
I think it's the one on the far left has got to be Axe, right?
Oh.
Because the one, it's from left to right, I think it's Axe, then Marco is shorter than Jake, who's got to be in the middle, and then
Right.
Rachel, and then Cassie.
I mean, I know that these kids are just, like, the models for the covers, and, like, but in this book several times it's talked about how short Marco is, and especially that he's shorter than Rachel. And so seeing them being the exact height of each other on the cover is like, okay.
You couldn't just, like, drag his PNG a couple of pixels down.
Yeah. That's all right. What are you gonna do?
But this is back to before. This is a Animorphs plot, or not an Animorphs plot, a plot, like, an American cartoon plot that I've always fucking hated.
Yeah.
Like this,
Like,
this kind of,
sort of, It's a Wonderful Life, sort of.
yeah, exactly. It's the
Yeah.
Wonderful Life. Like I've always hated those plots in cartoons, or not in cartoons, like in anything that I imbibe. But this one was good, actually.
I love
think-
this one.
I
Yeah,
think
this
it's
one
truly
fucking
amazing.
ruled.
I haven't consumed that much media that uses this as a trope, so I don't have very much to compare it to. I think that I can see why it would be annoying, especially if it's not well done, but this book does it so well that it it saves the form for me. Like it's such a great example of how when you know characters, I mean it's the basics. it's an AU, right? Like
right, literally, yeah.
Exactly.
It's just like seeing what's different if you just put the characters in a different situation.
This
and
is
so
the,
when the characters are this strong, it like really thrives.
Yeah. This is the Long Walk Home AU.
Yeah.
That's the official name for it. I'm declaring it now. My city now.
Yeah, it's usually things like this. I feel like the trope is generally, oh, what if this one person never existed? Let's see how that fate, whatever sort of situation. But this is, I like this thread. I think it's really interesting. So essentially we open in media res, in the middle of a like fight that the Animorphs are having, and it's going pretty bad.
It's so metal. My first note is this is the best cover of all time. My second note is this book starts so metal and also very beautifully written, which is a comment I have for the entire book. This book is so well written and like beautiful.
Like the prose is really tremendous.
Yeah,
the prose is great, and the thing about this book that really hits me, that I feel like a lot of the Animorphs books are hit or miss, even within the same book, is that I feel like even the action sequences were really good in this. Like,
totally,
yeah.
I took note of a couple of them.
Like the chase scene with Marco, Rachel, and Marco's mom. Like that scene is like I literally was racking my brain, and I cannot think of a on foot chase scene that described to me textually that was as good as that one. Mm-hmm. Did Capelgate write this, or was this ghost written? I'm just curious.
I don't personally know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, so it's starting at sort of the end of the fight. Everybody's very badly hurt, and I feel like, I don't know if Megamorphs, I think, because they're longer, I feel like they were written for slightly older audiences.
Uh-huh.
Because it starts brutal. Like, it's
gruesome.
Very bloody. Like, in the first, 5 paragraphs, we have Jake, it opens with, there's a corpse on top of Jake, and he doesn't have one of his tiger arms, and he's staring at it across the room, and then they, describe all of the corpses that they've maimed, and all of their friends who are half dead, or have just morphed back to human to not be dead, and then they speak with a man who they're about to leave die, because he's a controller, and Jake notes that he's very badly hurt, and he recognizes that, oh, he must have gotten hurt by a tiger. I'm the tiger, so I guess I hurt this guy. Can't kill him because we can't kill a human even if it's a controller, but bye.
Yeah.
They leave.
I think that the paragraph that stuck out to me the most, for several reasons, is the introductory description of Axe. Because I posted this on the Twitter, but it's the clop of delicate hooves. He's described as a dainty centaur, and that his long, dangerous tail was wet with gore, which is just like the whole spectrum of Axe.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
There's more details in there, but those are the 3 key components, I feel.
That's so good. A dainty centaur, please. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. One of the reasons I got so excited for this book was not only was the prose so beautiful right away, but the way that they introduced, they did the backstory spiel was so beautifully done. I clipped out paragraph. I literally clipped out too much to read because it would just be 2 minutes of me reading from the book. But it's basically that he's talking about how they got the powers. They're we were 5 kids taking a shortcut home from the mall at night. There was a ship. There was an alien. There was the destructive worm of knowledge. You are not alone. You are not safe. Nothing is what it seems. And it just goes on, and it's we became knowledge, and then we got power, and with that power we gained an obligation, and it's
It's really, really good, and I this feels like a bit of a return to form for the Megamorphs for me, because I didn't much like Megamorphs 2. I barely remember Megamorphs 3, if I'm being honest. But I really liked Megamorphs 1 a lot, and this one is, it's better than all of the other 3 in my opinion, but...
Yeah. I definitely think this is the strongest Megamorphs, and the one that justifies its existence the most, probably.
Definitely. Yeah. That's true.
It's been months and months and months since I read the first Megamorphs, but...
Are all 4 Megamorphs time travel or time fuckery?
No, Megamorphs 1 is the one where Rachel gets amnesia, and there is that, like, swarm that is hunting down morphing energy.
Right.
2 is the one with the Sario rip, and they go back to the dinosaur time.
So time fuckery.
Yep. 3 is Elfangor's Secret.
Yeah.
Which,
there is time
yes,
fuckery
that
in
one.
that.
There is time. So all but the first one had time fuckery.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like, but you need like 100 extra pages to do time travel. So I.
Oh,
understand.
The thing is, this did not exceed 100 pages over the average book. Like, this barely broke 50 over the average book length, which I was very surprised by. This is like concise for a
Megamorphs.
Megamorphs.
So good.
It's so crisp.
Yeah.
And it's got I talked about this early on in this podcast run, but it does like that Capelgate thing, that perfect thing that she does, which is like get something to a climax and then you cut to the next inciting force or like the start of the next scene. And you bring us up to a climax and then it doesn't really like go down, so you're still kind of heightened. You're like, whoa, what happened next? And then it's like you're on to the next scene already. It's
really tremendous. So Jake is like recovering from this battle he was just a part of, and he's like tossing and turning in bed and like moping about it because it's hard and things are the worst.
Yeah.
And the Cryak's little dude, the Drode shows up and he's like, I have a riddle for you, basically.
Yeah. An evil riddle.
He's just a goblin. He really is truly just a goblin.
Yeah. And he's like, ooh, Jake, you don't have to do all this. And Jake's like, fuck off. And he's like, Jake, hey, Jake, look at me, Jake, you don't have to do all this. And Jake's like, oh my god, I'm so tired. And he's like, aha, you're tired. Woo, time travel.
So he springs a deal with Cryak / the Drode where they're just like, you can just go back to before it all happened
and take the other way home.
Right. What is it, like folding doors or something? I don't know. Sliding doors. I don't know what a folding door is.
Is that what they have in Japan?
That's like those accordion doors. Sure, yeah. Yeah.
So it like into the past or like different past.
Yeah.
And we've got Cassie and Rachel hanging out in the mall together.
Yeah. And it's I just love any time that Cassie gets to introduce Rachel because she's like, she's so pretty and so hot and so smart and so athletic and cool and loves to do stuff, and you'd think she'd be mean because she's so hot, but she isn't. She's nice. And it's like, Cass. And then at one point in this, she's like, it's crazy. Like, every boy has a crush on Rachel, and she just doesn't care. And it's like, really?
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 Gonna...
Also, there's like some such great characterization here where they're basically like saying that the same instinct that drives Rachel to be a warrior is the instinct that made her love like shopping and finding deals and stuff.
Yep, the parallels.
Yeah, and I love the moment where Cassie's like trying to keep up with all of these things that Rachel is telling her, and then she just doesn't understand, and then Rachel laughs, and Cassie says that no one is more amused by Rachel's obsession with shopping than Rachel.
It's so good.
I love that moment of like just Rachel being like, I know what I am.
Rachel is so perfect.
Queen.
She's so good. When they like Jake like walks through the mall and Cassie's like, don't look, and Rachel's like, I can't look at my cousin, and Cassie's like, what, how do I look, what's my deal? And Rachel's like, well, your clothes are trash, but you're really pretty and also cool, so it's fine. And it's like, oh my god.
Maybe it's just because of the time travel, the time fuckery stuff, but like, did anyone else here feel like they said the word cousin a lot in this book?
I think so. I think
maybe.
The most egregious example being when Jake says near the very end of the book that he says he could not look back and see what had happened to his beautiful cousin.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they always push it pretty hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense in this one because they can't
They're not allies. They're not like
warriors together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. There's also a line where Cassie's like, "Do you think he's gonna care that I'm black?" And Rachel's like, "Jake thinks that we are all one race, the human race."
That was really cute.
It was.
It's very funny. I like that moment because I like that they take care to make sure that Cassie is textually black, so
Right.
that you can't have people be like, well, no, it's just the model for the cover or whatever. Cassie can be whoever. And it's like, no, Cassie is black, and like, you know, it's real and it's in the books and you can't ignore it. I like that they take care to do that.
Yeah.
Same.
And so they take a different way home. They don't go through the construction site. They don't meet Elfinger. They don't become the Animorphs.
They see a fucked up meteorite, though.
They do, and Marco's like, a meteorite, and it doesn't even crash into school.
Womp womp.
Literally. And then we see Tobias with Jake and Marco, but he's like not really like hanging around with them. And then we sort of jump to a week later, and Tobias is like, I tried to hang out with Jake because he saved me from bullies, but I don't think his best friend likes me very much, so I'm just going back to being bullied because that's better.
I was like so heartbroken.
I know.
This book was just like, every Tobias chapter hurt my heart so much.
And like, so but also the main bullies are named Andy and Tap Tap.
Tap Tap.
What the fuck? What the fucking bully sidekick are you that you're like, yo, what's up? You can call me Tap Tap.
You know,
I hate you.
A lot of people shit on Bottles, but I think Tap Tap is really the worst tutorial giver in the Banjo-Kazooie games.
Someone's gonna really appreciate that joke.
Yeah, they're not on this podcast.
Yeah, I was giving a pause for someone else's laugh.
They're not on this podcast, but hey, you know what? I don't make this podcast for us. I make this podcast for the people.
Yeah, you're very generous.
Very generous and giving with my jokes that someone's gonna get.
Yeah.
So the bully like corners Tobias in the bathroom and calls him Toby, and I was like, you can't call him that. How dare you? And then like I guess I could have seen this coming. But I felt such a surge of dread when like Tobias gets the shit kicked out of him first, and then like some kids come in and they're like, hey, you don't always have to get the shit kicked out of you. We can give you some friends, and gives him a card. And I was like, oh no. And then it was like, he flipped it over and it said the sharing. And I was like, ah!
Right. Same. Right. Oh, my heart just like broke for Tobias. 'Cause I'm like, of course, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
He's the perfect target. Like they take pains to like, they go over his family, his shitty family life again. Like, how he has no parents, and his uncle treats him like shit, and his aunt treats him like shit,
Mm-hmm.
He's totally isolated. He's the perfect subject to be recruited into a cult / death alien cult.
Right.
Yeah. And then we sort of go to Cassie, spends a lot of this book sort of just wandering around like things are not what they seem.
Right.
She can't quite figure out what's wrong. But also they throw in a moment, I can barely remember the rest of the chapter because I got so focused on this, where she has like body image issues. And I know that's realistic for like a 12-year-old girl.
Right.
But I was like, oh no. Because she like she wakes up at 3 a.m. and she's like upset, and so she goes to like eat some ice cream to calm down, and then she's like, what if Jake isn't asking me out because of my thighs? And I was like, no,
Cassie.
Yeah, that just, I really forget almost everything else that happened because I got really I could only think of that.
Right. She's basically just like vaguely hallucinating like past Animorph stuff, like the alpha timeline or whatever.
Yeah.
This is she's having visions of pre-scratch Animorphs.
Right.
Yep, pretty much exactly that.
So who's the Vriska of Animorphs?
Stop
Rachel.
it, we're leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going.
I love how both of you had completely opposite reactions, and both reactions were 100% correct.
I was like so mad I didn't hear what Seda said.
Seda said Rachel.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
Is Marco Carcat?
No.
Marco is Dave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways, we can't do this. We can't do this.
So then we cut to, I forgot where Axe would be, which is alone at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, back in the dome ship.
I was like, "Weh," out loud when I came to this.
I know.
Like, no, baby boy, alone.
I physically grabbed at my chest, just like, oh my god, Axe is just at the bottom of the ocean alone. He's battle training. He sets up a mannequin made of sticks or something, and then
to be this is kind of a horse bajir.
It's one of the things I like about this is that he's very matter of fact about the fact that social isolation can cause you to have it can affect your brain. So he's like, and I've started talking to myself out loud, but I know that solipsistic conversation is just part of the mental deterioration of isolation. And it's like, but
oh, honey.
Yeah, and there's a lot of hints throughout here that this timeline isn't very stable. Axe cuts the head off of his fake Hork-Bajir, and then when he looks back, it's back on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but Cassie definitely gets the most of it, but it's sort of spread in there, I think, throughout all of their deals.
Mm-hmm.
And then so these chapters sort of are going by pretty fast at the beginning before everybody joins up again.
Right.
There we get more and more of Tobias being recruited into the sharing, and it goes a little quickly maybe, but honestly not that quickly, and I think that enough of the groundwork is laid out that it the timeline totally makes sense to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, days are passing between these chapters too.
Yeah. Whole weeks are and also I was in my head, I was trying not to think about it too much, but in my head I was comparing it to the TV show episode that was this.
I don't remember it at all. Did I maybe not watch that one?
I don't know. Blair, does that ring a bell for you?
Well, I only watched an episode with Seda, never with you without Seda.
Okay,
yeah.
I've definitely watched this
Did you maybe watch
episode.
that one with the, keeping the record queer people?
Setting the record, maybe, that might have been it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that happens in that episode, and Tobias just immediate before at the first time you see him, he has been Norded.
Oh shit! Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a stroll compared to that.
Slow burn. Yeah. That makes sense.
The thing is that that show was not afraid to do 2-parters or even 3-parters, as evidenced by the pilot. But they were just no, let's do the whole time travel. Let's do the whole fucking timelines episode in 21 minutes. Come on, fucking go. Sure,
why not? Then everyone's on a science field trip, and I had a moment where I was like, oh no, Marco, because he starts a conversation with Rachel, who is seated beside him at the science field trip, and is like, ha, she can't escape, time to talk to her. And I was like, Marco.
I know, I dread, literally.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And then it's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's first of all, it's very funny because Marco's exchanges 3 words with her, and it's like, wow, Jake's gonna be so pissed that his cousin and I are in love. I guess we can never talk again. It's buddy. But man, it just immediately was such a great, their friendship is universal, It
really is.
They have such a great connection, and Marco's like, oh fuck, she's smart. I thought she was just hot. And
then
cool.
This also, I sent a message to the group chat about this, but this wildly enough furthers the continuity of these kids loving David Letterman.
Yeah, I guess that was just a culturally relevant reference at the time.
Yeah, what was the guy's name? Phil Schaefer or something? The guy who was was he the lead of David Letterman's band? I don't fucking remember. But
Paul Schaefer?
Paul Schaefer, yes, thank you.
Right.
And he's the one giving the lecture about molecules or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
DNA.
Uh-huh. Oh, shit.
David, DNA!
Dinosaur.
Wow. I can't believe that I missed one of my favorite / least favorite tropes, which is the teacher giving a lecture on whatever is going to be relevant in this episode. Damn it. Oh.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun. I love this section so much.
Yeah.
This plot thread, I guess, where, yeah, it's. I mean, just seeing them interact, Rachel and Marco just interact one-on-one without, I guess, at a time without any sort of immediate threat driving their conversation. Like, I just am totally in love with their dynamic. They just play off each other so well.
Me too.
I could literally read like a book of them just like bickering with each other.
Yes.
It's like it's like so great. Heightened by the fact that this section has, I think, maybe my favorite plot twist in the entire book. Like, I love the entire book, but I love Marco's like plot line, or like
of his mom. Basically, he's like about to like josh on Rachel some more, and then his mom appears out of nowhere.
Right. And I mean, the panic is so well written and described, and I was like, I felt it in my chest, and I was like, oh my god. And so. And Rachel and Marco do just like team up immediately.
I know, it's so satisfying.
It's
so satisfying. And I love, it's such a nice, I know that it was probably meant to mostly, I don't know, I'm not going to overanalyze it, but I love, because there is certainly a version of this book in which like this becomes, Marco's like, oh fuck, I think that's my mom, and Rachel's like, okay, loser. You know?
Right.
And like walks away or whatever, but that's not really who, oops, I hit my microphone because I'm passionate. That's not really who Rachel is.
That's the motherfucking tea.
Yeah. And so I love that instead Marco just sprints off and Rachel's like, yep, we're going.
Yeah.
Just like runs after him.
Yeah.
They are the team, and I love it.
Right.
But before we get into the actual action sequence, we go back to the party's just split at this point. Axe has like 2 chapters of trying to acquire a shark, and then acquiring a shark, and he's like,
he is so baby.
I know. I love that he's just sitting there making up names for fish.
Yeah.
He's like, that one's called Wet Bird. That one's called Droopy Eyes. That one's called Triangle. What the fuck? What are you doing?
Oh, his best.
And he touches a shark, and he's like, oh, it's not smooth. And it made me think about, you know, that comic, the Branson Reese comic about smooth lions, and then there was like a whole Twitter fight where people were like, sharks actually aren't smooth, and he's like, I'm touching one now and they're very smooth. I think about it constantly, and this made me think about it a lot, which I appreciated.
I for the record, I don't know what you're talking about, but your description was so evocative that I know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's great. I mean, I'll definitely link it in the episode description because it's just very delightful, but it's great. So then Axe is a shark, and this is an action sequence that I actually also really enjoyed, which is that Axe as a shark fights 6 taxons underwater, and it's so gory and like so gross and so cool.
And the way that it like ends so abruptly and just immediately returns back to like that, like it's like it's in the nature of the shark. Just like the blood has been spilled, the fight is over, cold, calculating, and like bring back in control.
And you know, sort of at the same time as this is Marco and Rachel are like running, and Marco gets hit in the face. And Rachel's like, oh, fuck, are you okay? And he's like, go, keep going. And she's like, haha, I like you. You know how to focus. Let's go.
Yeah, they chase after his mom, and then eventually get cornered by a bunch of people with Drinkin beams. Like, I think originally they're just firing guns, and they're like, fuck this, lasers.
Yeah.
And it's just the most incredible like escape scene. Like, like Marco bounds off of Rachel's, like she like bumps him up basically, and like he grabs like the fire escape and they like run up together and like narrowly avoid getting like hit with lasers.
It's so good.
It's like so good, because it feels, honestly, like if this is actually how the story began, like the Animorphs proper began, like with these sort of like high tension sort of scenes, I would have been totally behind it. Obviously with a lot less of the eventual character death that happens later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, because like especially as you know the plot progresses and Axe gets more involved, I was like, this could absolutely be the setup for a story like this. It would just be very different because it would probably be human protagonists, and then probably like partway through, you know, they would find the fucking thing that we say at the end of every episode. What's it called?
The Escafil device.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They'd find that like halfway through the series, or it would be like a big plot point, you know? And it still really works. I mean, it's hard to say because we already know the characters so well, but like this book is so well written that you can already tell what their dynamic is, and I think you could probably tell their dynamic even if this was for some reason the first one you'd ever read.
Right. No, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a cool starting point.
I think the serial episodic nature of Animorphs, I mean, they're written to be just kind of like, oh, I found this book on the shelf at my local library, and I think the cover looks neat, so I'm just going to read this one, even though I have no familiarity with the books proper.
Yeah.
But I think this one sells it the best, more like almost better than any other book has, really.
Yeah, I agree totally. If I had picked this up, I think that I would have been like, oh, I gotta read the other ones because what is this?
Right,
Because
totally.
this is great, and in
I
this
want like as always I am crusading for an animated series of the Animorphs books.
Yeah.
But I want live action adaptations of these specifically
Of the Megamorphs.
Yeah,
or just
of the
this
Megamorphs. Well, specifically of this one, just because I'm kind of like picturing it like some of these scenes. I just kind of want to see like Edgar Wright behind the camera on some of this stuff, and that's just what I've been thinking about ever since the scene of them like scrambling up the fire escape.
Yeah, I
Right.
can see
No,
that.
absolutely.
Listen, I'm just saying, fucking the Castlevania Netflix team. They make one really good show a year. I'm just saying, maybe put some time into the Animorphs show. Just thinking out loud. Just thinking out loud.
Animorphs deserves it.
Animorphs deserves it.
Animorphs deserves everything.
So true.
Visser 3 calls himself Mr. Visser in this timeline. Does he do that? He probably doesn't do that in the other timeline.
As far as I
right?
know, the answer is no. I think the human who he is morphed as in his Andalite body must have like an
has a
actual
name, yeah. Because basically Tom's like, hey Jake, come with me to the sharing. Mr. Visser is visiting. And Jake's like, I don't like that name. I don't know why. Okay. I guess I'll go to your stupid fucking meeting. Fine. And then Cassie's like, Jake, do you want to study? And he's like, oh, I gotta go to this not stupid meeting. And Cassie's like, oh, okay, never mind. It's okay. You don't have to ever talk to me again. Jake's like, no. And Rachel in the background is like, do I have to ask my cousin out for you? And Cassie's like, shut up. Shut up. And they decide to hang out the next day. And then I love that the entire, God, it's just so good. Like the end of their conversation, Jake's like, what do you think about this whole thing with Marco and Rachel getting shot at? And Cassie is like, Rachel getting excuse me? And Rachel's like, I thought you'd be worried. I didn't want to tell you. And Cassie's like, okay, Jake, I have to go and kill Rachel. And he's like, totally. See you tomorrow. All right, bye.
I love that. I love that so much. And also this entire conversation, I was thinking about how different this phone conversation is to every other phone conversation that the gang has
being like,
in every other book. Because they just don't know to be like secretive about that kind of stuff. But Tom is within earshot and like knows, like can totally infer everything that's happening.
Totally.
I mean, I was just like, it's so hard not to think about that sort of stuff, I guess. Yeah. But I was just like, I like just with these great character dynamics and also like, hey, also this horrible thing.
Yeah. And it's basically immediately like we get the little scene of Tobias like waiting and deciding to becoming a full member of the sharing, and Jake comes up to him at the sharing meeting and is like, hey, and Tobias is like, don't pity me. And then leaves. Like that's pretty much what happens. And I was like basically yelling no at the book the entire time. Like,
I know.
just out loud. And I know that this is the darkest timeline because Tobias goes and hangs out with everyone else who's becoming a full member of the sharing. And he's like, so the other people here, there's all types of people. That guy looks like he's probably a cop. My uncle hates cops, so cops are probably good. And I was like, no. Where's Tobias no, where's the Tobias that stole a cop's gun as a bird? Tobias, no.
No.
Listen. Tobias is in a bad place.
Yeah. I know he's
and,
got circumstances.
and in his defense, he does say that must mean it's a good place, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think the interaction between Tobias and Jake is actually really interesting. Because it is basically like you said, like Jake is like, hey, and Tobias is like, fuck you, goodbye. But it's also like. Tobias is also kind of trying to talk Jake into joining as well. Yeah. And Jake is like, no, it's weird and creepy.
Right. Not that I'm saying you're weird and creepy.
He's like, don't be offended by that, but also this seems like a really bad idea. And he's right. And, but Tobias has this, like, one thing now, basically. And so, obviously, he's going to be really defensive about it until it breaks, like, the worst bad it ever could.
Yes.
The worst bad? Bad. I'm an English major.
When axes, I didn't realize we'd get, like, because I just didn't think it through, that we'd get Axe trying to integrate into human society without any mentors. And it's a problem for him. But I love that he's like, so I didn't want any of my biases to sway me, so I considered several species to be the dominant species on Earth before finally settling on humans. I thought maybe cows, but they don't have any TVs, so I thought it's probably humans. And then he gets, like, hospitalized, like, involuntarily.
Right.
And given our experience with him in the last book, I guess it's kind of nice that Axe is so unfazed by the people around him in psychiatric care. Like, he's just basically like, these humans are suffering from mental illness, and I am with them. And also, they have cookies. Okay, end of my thoughts about this. And I was like, you don't have any slurs you want to call them, Axe, or anything? You're just fine? Okay, that's good.
In this universe, Axe is not ableist and also loves Oreos instead of Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we don't know if it's instead of. He does not try Cinnabon in this universe.
Yeah.
But
we do know he loves Oreos.
We do know that he loves those two black cookies with the white adhesive in between them.
Yep. And he still loves cigarette butts, so good for him.
Oh,
buddy.
yeah.
Good for you, buddy. And basically, the hospital that he's in runs out of cookies, so he's like, time to go, and just breaks out. And then he's like, I'm gonna go be an alien on TV. That's my plan. And then we, like, don't get another Axe perspective chapter, I think.
I don't think so, no.
We just get him in the background changing the world.
To think this is what Axe's game plan would have been if Jake wasn't there to be like, hey.
Holy shit.
I love it
so bad because of this.
Yeah.
It breaks so bad, but, like, this is revealed later on to be like, yeah, so, like, this would have killed a lot of people, but ultimately y'all would have won.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, they're
right.
like...
Which is very, like... it's just very funny to me. Maybe not funny. Maybe funny is not the right word because of the.
It's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, like, and we cut back to, like, Tom and Jake sort of grumpily getting home, and Tom's like, your friend Tobias is probably already a full member. I don't get why you won't join. And Jake is like, what? He's not even my friend. He just goes to my school. And I was like, I'm like reaching for a hand to hold in my empty room.
Right, right.
What? Jake, no.
Just grab Geralt, please.
Hi, buddy.
I heard him!
Oh, Geralt.
And then Tom gets like an angry phone call and is like, yo, Jake, I have to go out, cover for me. And Jake's like, I think Tom has a gun. I am gonna go with him. Like slides into the back of the minivan that Tom's about to steal from his mom. And Jake's like, who even has a gun? Losers. It's like, good for you, Jake.
I love him. And then he like, meanwhile, Axe is broadcasting himself on television. So Tom is driving to this like Channel 7 place, and Jake is there, and like there's just like a huge gun battle basically.
Yeah.
And Jake is
sidebar. How old did we think Tom was before this?
I was thinking like 16-ish.
I always guessed about like 17. But in this, Jake's like, if my parents find out that Tom has a gun, he's going to live the rest of his years until he's 18 in his room, locked up. And I'm like, so he's like 16 at the most?
Right.
Everyone's young.
Everyone is so baby.
I mean, he could still be 17 because when you're like 13 or 14,
sure,
which is how
like
old I imagine. Right, exactly.
Yeah, well, they mention a couple times that, like, someone will be like, he's in high school, so obviously older than me. So I think that the Animorphs gang is still hovering somewhere around 12.
Yeah, and then also, not to be whatever about times and stuff like that, but Cassie did say that Jake was 2 years older than her.
Did she say that he looks 2 years older?
I think she just said that
totally
he looks.
Misread
Yeah.
But...
No, she says that he looks. He's big, not like muscly or anything, just tall. Like he's 2 years older than he is. I remember that line in particular.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're all the same age.
Like,
right? Yeah.
That would be wild to have that be revealed.
I know.
Jake's just been a chaperone this whole time. It's like, oh, that's why he's the leader. Because he's practically an adult compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
And then we get like the gang pretty much gets together. Like we get there's this shootout.
Mm-hmm. Jake sees Tobias there, which is like, that's weird. He also sees Chapman and like some other people that he saw at the sharing.
And then Marco, Rachel, and Cassie meet up at Cassie's, and they hang out at the barn, and I'm like, and Cassie is yet again like, something is wrong here.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like, this is going to sound crazy, I feel like we should be hanging out with a bird. Anyone have any feelings about that?
They all have feelings about that.
Yep.
But so they're like, so there was this weird broadcast on TV. Basically, there was like this blue alien, and then Cassie was like, "Oh, was he like a centaur and had like stalk eyes and with like no mouth and stuff like that?"
And little shitty arms.
Little shitty arms. Yeah.
Little shitty arms.
Oh, fuck the Wonder Years. This podcast is not called Little Shitty Arms.
I was thinking, remember back when Filk was really popular and people would do like Harry Potter bands? There was like Draco and the Malfoys and Harry and the Potters.
Sorry. When what was really popular?
I used the wrong word. I used a word that means something else, but there's a word called Filk, which is it's a sci-fi folk thing.
Okay. Kind of like how the band that's playing in the cantina is a jizz band.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm lost.
It's a thing. But remember how there? I just can't get into it because I misspoke. Anyway, Little Shitty Arms is my Animorphs fan band.
Yes.
So
Tiny Shitty Arms is the emo band they all make in this alternate universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their first album is like the outside of Tobias's house.
Good. Yep.
American football, but it's just Animorphs.
Animorphs. We get a thing where Tobias is brought in to talk to Visser 3, And Visser 3 is basically like, yo, little Yerk that's in there, I know that you work for Visser 1. What's your deal? And the Yerk's like, yeah, you're right, I do. But now I'm on your team. So we're good, right? And then Tobias just gets shot.
I was like, I mean, it really did break the seal sort of on this, like, bullshit, you know?
Yeah, because, like, it was, like, a character death per chapter after this.
Yeah.
I barely even reacted to this one because I was like, oh, fuck. And I also, honestly, I kind of expected Tobias to die. Like, you know? I love the moments we get here where Tobias has, like, as he's thinking, he's like, wow, I really fucked up by joining this cult. That sucks. And I think back on it, and, like, my life wasn't any good, and I wouldn't want to go back to it, but I probably would have gotten through it, you know? Like, I don't think things would have gotten better for, like, quite a long time, but, like, I could have gotten through that long time. Mm-hmm. And I just really loved that. I love a character being realistic about, like, no, probably nothing in my life was going to change, but that doesn't mean it's not worth going on, because things can change in the end, and yeah, you have to put up with a lot of shit, and it's really fucking hard, and it doesn't actually get easier, but you do it, and then you keep doing it, and that's fine. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, true, you do just keep doing it.
Yeah, you do just fucking keep doing it.
Yeah. And then he gets shot, and then you go, okay, thanks, Animorphs.
Yeah, this
he's a bird now.
This one had this death in particular had a little bit less impact than all of the other ones, just because there was no one to bear witness to it. Like, every other character that dies, there is a witness to the death.
And we get, like, Jake and Marco are like, okay, so we got to investigate Tom because he's got a gun and is involved with some weirdos. What's up? And then Marco's like, wait, he probably has, like, a hair put across his drawers so that if you open the drawer, he can tell someone's been in there. And Jake, like, gives him a look, and Marco's like, what, dude? I read tradecraft, man. It's all about tradecraft. And Jake is like, you're the dumbest person I've ever met, but there is a hair there, so okay.
I love Marco taking each and every opportunity presented to himself to remind anyone else that he reads books.
Yep.
Marco just, like, comes up and is like, oh yeah, just got done working out at the library.
Working out the most important muscle in my body. My brain.
I have to imagine that Marco is probably a pretty big bibliophile.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think he reads, like, a shit ton.
He's a total dork.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like, after his mother died, like, he probably just, like, turned to, like, he probably already was a reader before that, but, like, he probably just, like, turned to books entirely.
Yeah, and, like, sci-fi and fantasy and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then
Tobias turned to tiny dinosaur figurines. Yeah. I think about that sometimes, and I genuinely tear up a little bit. Because I love him so much.
To get on all of the TV channels except for Channel 7, because the Yerks were like, he'll probably try to get on the television again. And basically gives out this big infomercial about how the Yerks are here and they're going to try and take humanity. And Visser 3 is like, oh, because the whole thing with the Yerk that was in Tobias was that he gave Visser 3 a message from quote-unquote the council being like, they want you to be subtle. They don't want you to do war, okay? And then Visser 3 is like, okay. And then he's like, wait a second. I think Visser 1 is the one who doesn't want me to do war. The council doesn't give a shit, do they? And then he's like, well, the council will decide later. And Visser 3's like, fuck you, fuck the council, it's war now.
Yeah.
And then basically things start going.
It is War of the Worlds.
Tom gets his, like, Tom starts threatening Marco and Jake. He, like, hits Marco there, and he's, like, taking them to the sharing to be turned into controllers. Rachel appears out of nowhere and beats the shit out of Tom with a baseball bat. And Jake is like, holy shit, Rachel just beat the shit out of my brother with a baseball bat, but she still looks dope. It's like, what the fuck?
Animorphs is perfect.
Like, they take the opportunity for every single character by law if they see Rachel do something cool, has to be like, damn, how's she still look cool? Whoa. And I love it.
Oh, she is just the platonic ideal of an action hero.
It's so good.
Yeah,
And then
like she's like the human equivalent of shit. I was about to make a blood type joke, but I can't remember which one's which. So let's keep moving. Just pulling the lever on that one.
I so appreciate the effort, though.
she like a dude who's pulling up to basically take Tom and Jake and Marco to the sharing starts to run away, and Rachel goes to shoot him in the back, and then Jake's like, no, and hits her arm, and she's like, well, now he's gonna get away, and Jake's like, listen, we don't shoot people in the back. Let's go.
We shoot them in the legs so they dissolve.
Exactly. And then they're just running and going, and there's bug fighters in the sky, and it's all bad, and then they display all these, like, show, like, small moments of, like, teamwork with the three of them, and it's really great, and then Marco fucking dies.
Yeah.
And I started crying.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so rough because Jake is sobbing, like stoic Jake who never fucking breaks. And I mean, I know this is a different timeline, but like still, Jake is not one to wear his emotions on his sleeve ever. And
Yeah.
like the line just run, Jake sobbed, like
I know. And Rachel can't even process it. Like, she's like, oh, Marco's laying down, like,
Taking
he's
a nap on
enjoying
the
a day
beach.
at the beach. Wait, oh shit. And then Jake's like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And they mention, I feel like, in the main Animorphs books, they sort of do a generic, like, the president, right? Like, the
Right.
president doesn't have a name.
Right. But
In
it's,
this one,
it's deadass Clinton.
This one's fucking Clinton. And I forgot the years that it was published, so I was like, wait, is this like a weird timeline thing where Clinton is... And then I was like, no, Bill Clinton, and he was president. It's like, what? Wait, what? And Clinton's like, hey, everyone, stay calm. Yeah, there's aliens, but we're gonna be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
interesting. It's interesting because, like, while this action is happening, Axe is, like, talking to a bunch of humans and, like, just is in a circuit city.
Yeah.
And it's, I feel like my one beef with this book, I think, is the fact that he's like, yeah, all the humans were like, yeah, they're like, this is happening or whatever, but they're probably peaceful, right? Which is not how human beings, and especially not how Americans treat, like, the idea of UFOs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They actually did some, like, direct references to, like, Roswell, like, lore and stuff in this book, which I
Yeah.
also appreciated. Yeah, no, I mean, anyone who believes in, like, UFOs, almost anyone, like, they believe that they're, like, evil gray aliens, basically, that are stealing our organs and stuff. We don't take kindly to, like, people just showing up from other worlds, basically.
Right.
So I was
and
like,
I found that very curious, and I guess the point was to showcase the helplessness of humanity.
yeah,
But I found that very strange, and I'm curious if that's partially just the nearly 2 decades that have elapsed since, this book came out.
but I don't know, because, like, I a lot of UFO reports are from, like, the latter half of the 20th century.
Yeah.
And, like, they're all pretty much just as antagonistic, especially, like, with abductions stories and stuff like that.
Right. Sure.
So I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe there's definitely some people who are like, no, aliens are good. I can't get too deep into it, but
Yeah.
but for the most part, they're like, no, I just stare at the moon and just wait for aliens to come down because I've got a gun next to me and I'm gonna, like, shoot the evil gray aliens, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking plug ET full of holes.
Right, exactly.
Man, that's the thing. That's really the ET reference makes me think that definitely, because one of the whole points of ET is that they were like, an alien, fuck, we're humanity and we're gonna go crazy on this alien, and it was a similar time frame, right? ET was what, late 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Early
this was
90s?
This was 2000. This was 2000.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess it was just being like, humans are helpless without their warriors.
Yeah, it was just a weird choice that I didn't agree with very much.
Yeah, I feel that. But I love when we run into Axe again, which is basically like Rachel, Marco, and Jake are like taking a quick breather at the mall, and then the Hork-Bajir come down to like start rounding up the mall full of people to be turned into controllers, and they start kicking ass. They're actually doing pretty good. It's pretty sweet. They run into Axe, and they're like fighting alongside him. And
Yep. Rachel
Axe is
uses
like,
a
"Can I have your-"
Hork-Bajir. Rachel uses a Hork-Bajir to kill another Hork-Bajir.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah.
And then Axe is like, "Can I have your gun? You keep dropping your guns, so I'm gonna take your gun, okay?" And Jake's like, "No, it's mine." And then Axe makes him drops his gun. And he's like, "Okay."
3 times now.
Yep. And then Cassie's like, "Wait, Axe." And Axe is like, "Do we know each other?" And Cassie's like, "Maybe maybe. I don't know." And then Axe is like, "Okay, we should all go."
Yeah.
And he's like, can you run on those 2 legs?" And they're like, "Yeah. We can do anything on 2 legs, okay?"
Yeah. So, and then we get
can
a bit
fly
of
on 2 legs.
Yeah, that was a very weird comment from Jake, because no, you can't.
Yeah.
we get a lot of like Jake just sort of instinctually ordering Axe around, and Axe being
Yes.
like, but whatever.
Yeah.
'Cause he's like, I think it's Cassie who says something to the effect of, it's either Cassie or Rachel says something to the effect of, it looked like Axe wasn't super interested in taking orders, but also it seemed like it was the good idea to do anyway, so you just did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's our boy.
That's our boy. Yeah. And then, yeah, as they're almost to the ship, because Axe is basically like, "Hey, we're taking this bug fighter, okay?" And they're like, "Ah!" Just like screaming along behind him. I love this because we get the brief, like, mystical Andalite, like, Axe seems like he knows what he's doing type thing, where they're like, "Oh my god, we ran into this alien, he's so strong and he's so smart and he's gonna help us." And you're like, "No, he's a dweeb. You guys have to keep him from eating too many burritos sometimes."
Oh.
Yeah, and then Rachel just dies. And then Cassie immediately dies while holding
Just
hands with
disintegrates.
Jake. Like,
Yeah.
Jake is holding hands with her and she just disintegrates. I hate this book.
Yeah.
And then they break into the ship and Cassie is just back. And Jake's like, "I saw you die." And Cassie's like, "Yeah, something's happening." It just makes me so happy.
I know, it's yeah, because like it's like Jake is totally in shock and doesn't even know how to deal with it, and then he doesn't have to anymore.
Yep. Cassie's like, "What? We're in something and it's breaking." And he's like, "What is it?" She's like, "I don't know, but it's breaking." And then like a gorilla appears in the ship and he's like, "I'm Marco. What's happening? I died. I'm a monkey. Hello?"
This part is written so confusingly in the best way, because we get like these things happening that shouldn't be happening, and like we get like dialogue that's not attributed to anybody just happening, and I'm like, is this poor writing? I'm really confused. I mean, obviously it's not poor writing, but I was like, am I missing something? What's happening? And then I was like, oh fuck, it's the Drode or Kryak or one of the two.
Yeah.
I think it's the Drode.
Yeah, just
Kryak is like, I don't, has Kryak even shown up? Because in my head he's just, I mean, he has shown up, but like physically, because like in my head,
not since his book.
yeah,
Right.
because in my head he has just kind of like been an Eye of Sauron figure that just kind of shows up sometimes when Jake takes a nappy.
Yeah. So like we and then I'm like, oh, this is color commentary from the Drode, who's getting frustrated that things are disintegrating in this way he doesn't like. And then like everyone's back and like the way they're supposed to be, but like still really confused about what's happening. And we get like this like really petty, funny argument between the Ellimist
It's so good. I love the Like, the Ellimist is such a piece of shit, but I also fucking love rules lawyering in books. Like, did I do that?
God-like rules lawyering is pretty good. Like,
It's great.
and
So-
my exact note is, so the Drode and Ellimist are here doing their fucking shit. And then it turns out this is such a Doctor Who ass twist,
I know.
and I'm so here for it.
It is.
Where the Drode is like, who's this fucking freak of nature? And the Element is like, Who? And then the Drode is like, you knew that Cassie is subtemporally grounded and can never be shifted into other timelines. You knew, and you knew, and you stacked the deck with this group. They're not random at all. There's one of them is half Andalite, the other is this, and this one can never be time traveled. You knew. And the Element is like, did I do that? It's like, so Cassie just has an inherent quality to her that ruins timeline changes. Just something about her, she always remembers the original timeline. That's just something that's something that's true about Cassie. That's something that's true about some people on this earth, I suppose, in Animorphs, that you're just resistant to timeline changes. That's a function of your biology.
Like in something like Doctor Who, this would be so frustrating, like the sort of like fixed events.
Yeah.
But since like time travel and time shenanigans are such like a minor thing in Animorphs,
I will accept it. Yes.
It's like sort of a fun weird quirk that just happens.
It's one of the things where, depending on how the writing did it in Doctor Who, I'd either be like, oh, fuck off, come on, seriously. Why did you ask the question if you didn't already have the answer, Stephen Moffat? Sorry, I blacked out. Sorry. Or, like it is in this case, I'd be kind of like, because with Cassie, my thought was like, I thought that it was just that something about like her empathetic spirit, that basically made her like, something's wrong here because I'm Cassie and I'm sensitive to the energies of the world. Or whatever.
Yes.
But no, she's got like some fucked up time DNA.
Yeah, she's got time time sickness. I don't know.
It's so funny because I love the idea that some people just have this.
Right.
I guess approximately 1 in 6 people, going by this sort of ratio.
I hope it's that high. That's so funny. Imagine if like in this, like humans invent time travel in this world, and then they're like, we can't fucking do it because 1 in 6 goddamn people are inherently resistant to time travel changes.
It's so wonderfully stupid.
Oh my god. But I just
it.
love it because this is sort of like a quality that people have that is
Yeah.
most likely never gonna like negatively impact them in any sort of possible way whatsoever. Because I can't imagine the Elemist is just going out there and being like, what if this happened instead? But I don't know, maybe. God, who knows? I'm just obsessed with this. It's so funny.
It's great. And then basically for the wrap up, the Drode's kind of like, okay, fuck all of you, fine, and leaves. And then Jake's like, oh my god, I remember. Oh my god, this is my fault. I gave in. Holy shit. And the Element's just like, hey, it's okay, buddy. You've been strong for a long time. And Rachel's like, you know what? Fuck you. We shouldn't have to be this strong. This just keeps happening. What if we just stay? And then they basically talk about how, like, in this timeline, because the last thing that they were going to do is basically Axe was going to, like, sacrifice him and Jake, the only two left alive, to take out, like, the big Yerk ship with, like, a whole bunch of them on it. And the Elemist is like, hey, you were going to be, like, the Earth would be in an all-out war. You eventually would have won, but all of you would be dead, and so would most of Earth. And then they're like, okay, well, so when we go back to the Alpha timeline, are we ever going to win there? And the Elemist is like, oh, look at the time.
I think he's like, it will end, basically, which is nice and
yeah.
nebulous.
And then Cassie's like, so obviously I'm going to be the only one who sort of remembers this, right? But I'm not going to tell anyone because Jake would feel bad that he gave in, and Tobias would feel bad that he became a voluntary controller. So I'm just going to shoulder this burden all by myself, okay? Is that right? I'm just going to do that? This one's just on me. This one's on old Cassie. And Element's just like, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, basically. All right, kids. Back to your Alpha timeline. And then we get the opening scene again, but Jake, instead of like getting the chance to even entertain the thought of giving in, the Drode basically is like, actually, fuck this, and leaves.
Yeah, which is so funny, like, out of context, because it's just like, Jake must be like, well, that's literally the strangest interaction I've ever had.
Right? I'm glad that it didn't work out, because I think it's unfair and tricksy when a sort of fae type is like, ooh, but don't you want to be tempted? And then there's a little tiny part of your brain that's like, I do want to be tempted. That doesn't mean you're making the choice to be tempted. Not fair. You're not your thoughts. Come on.
Well, you know what? I would like to live deliciously.
Yeah.
I would like to enjoy the taste of butter.
Yes. Ooh, it's almost October. That means I get to watch The Witch again and make other people watch The Witch with me.
I've never seen it.
Ooh, that means I get to make you watch The Witch with me.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any questions this week?
We have questions this week.
Fabulous.
We said this week we're talking about Megamorphs number 4, Back to Before. Ask us about canon-approved AUs, slug cults, and dainty centaurs. Mm-hmm. Heavenly Evan, that's heavenly without any of the vowels, but Y is in there also, because it's sometimes a vowel, who asks, Marco and Rachel?
Yes.
Yeah, so here's one thing at the end that's really weird. When when Cassie's like, nobody wants to remember this timeline, Rachel's like, yeah, who would want to remember dating Marco? And I was like, excuse me?
Dating?
When did it happen?
Dating?
So over a month does pass in this, entire book.
Right.
I think maybe almost 2 months pass. So it's possible, but it,
yeah. I feel like not that much time passes after Marco, asks her out, right? Because at that point, things are sort of going.
That's very true.
It wouldn't be weird to me if Rachel was like, no, we've been on 5 dates because we evaded death 5 times. And that's what a date is.
I feel like middle school dating is just sort of like that.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, fair enough. But this, honestly, I kind of get it, because it's it's not hinted at in the main series.
Right.
And so I can see why they would want to play in that space when they take Tobias out of the picture.
Right. Yeah, it makes total sense to me. And like I said, their dynamic is really incredible, so I didn't mind it even a little bit.
Yeah. If they weren't both homosexuals, then yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
They're just each other's wingman all the time.
Yeah. Oh, bless. Yes. Please go to the same college.
Oh God. I don't even know if Marco would go to college, but he definitely would room with Rachel.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Oh, I'm very happy.
Writing AU fan fiction right now, actively.
Yep, actively.
This is gonna Animorphs. I say this genuinely. Animorphs is gonna get me to pick up the fan fiction pen for the second time ever.
Yeah, we must.
Also, Twitter user Core Penetration wants to know, if each Animorph started a cult, what would their style and goals be?
For some reason, I feel like we've already answered this question. Is that an insane thing to say?
No, I feel like
we have.
There's just something in my soul. Maybe I'm part of a different timeline.
I think we've answered something analogous, but I don't think we've answered this exact question.
Because I feel like
Marco, do you think Marco would just be like the Joker?
How?
Oh, no.
How?
I don't know.
What do you mean, how?
I don't know. Marco thinks we live in a society.
But okay.
Listen. It's another couple of weeks till the movie comes out. I cannot tell you my opinion until then. I can't break embargo because I've definitely seen it already.
I just feel like in my heart I've talked about Rachel running a cult before. But I think
that might have been on your own time, honey.
Maybe it happened in a dream or something.
That's also very possible.
She would.
Rachel definitely seems like the most likely cult leader to me.
Yes.
But the thing is, also Cassie does. She just needs something very minor to flip a switch in her head. She's the sort of cult leader that's like, no, I'm going to kill everyone to keep them safe.
Oh my God. Cassandra!
Yeah. She's like, no, come on. We're going to live on the farmland. We're going to be prepared for the end of the world. And then, well, if it doesn't come, I'll just keep us all safe anyway.
Right. I feel like, and like Rachel would have like Teal Swan vibes, I think.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, maybe a little bit more, like, less like zen and more actively aggressive, but like in a girl power way. You know, Teal Swan.
Yeah. Jake
I don't
seems
think
more like he'd be the figurehead of a cult, but not actually be running it. You know, and he wouldn't actually know that he's accidentally leading a cult. Because there would be like someone manipulating him to be charismatic and tell everyone what to do, and then he'd be like, "I'm in a cult. Shit,
that's
I
the
lead
other
the cult."
AU I'm writing.
Yep. Jake accidentally leads a cult AU. Oh my god. Yep. And Andalites are already sort of a weird cult, so...
yeah. Axe is way more of a cult member than he is of a cult leader, though.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't think Tobias is interested in society.
Tobias is too fiercely individualistic. He'd be like, stop looking at me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to tell you what to do. I want to go read.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it for questions.
Okay, fabulous.
Wow.
Another resounding success of an episode.
Wow, yeah.
Great fucking book.
Do we have any plugs?
Yeah, so thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of The Wonder Yearks. If you want to find us, we are at The Wonder Yearks on Twitter, and I think we have a Tumblr, but I haven't used it in over a year.
We don't have a Tumblr. Fear Baiting has a Tumblr, but we don't have a Tumblr.
Yeah. That's at The Wonder Yearks on Twitter. If you'd like to support the podcast and also Fear Baiting, the other podcast that we do, you can head over to patreon.com/fearbaiting. And at $1 a month, you get early access to the episodes. $5 a month gets you your name read on the show and a message read out. And $10 a month gets you to pick a movie for the Fear Baiting. Right. So thank you very much to Michael Kaiser, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, Paul Bechtel, and Ducky Aisha. Thank you very much to Noisepace.xyz, the podcast incubator that hosts us and a plethora of other podcasts. Thank you very much, Matt GameCube. If you want to find more of me, you can check me out on Fear Baiting, as previously mentioned, which...
Okay. Full disclosure, this episode was supposed to go up 2 months ago. Go listen to the Schlocktober episodes of Fear Baiting, wherein Blair made his triumphant return to co-host with Sarah, and Sato made them a new theme song.
Also, check me out on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, the leftism podcast made by, for, and of the Terminally Online. And also, I'm on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, that's SUNHATZHENYA.
You can find me on the internet at Blair Kitch on Twitter. I will also be on...
Just go check out the past 2 months of Fear Baiting, alright?
You can find me on Twitter at nudity with an EA instead of a Y. You can find my other podcast. It's also on Noisepace at Musical Mole on Twitter, and you can check out my other music at gaygothvibes.online, or you can buy my track from my new electronic experimental spoken word project that I've been working on for a couple months under the name Piloting the Animal on Bandcamp. Also, when this episode comes out, Blair and I are going to be in the same room.
Yes!
So shout out to that.
That's true. That happened. On Friday, September 20th. We went to a show and it was great. Sorry again, everyone.
I believe that's the end of the podcast.
That is the end of the podcast. We will see you again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks' time with book 41,
41,
The Familiar.
Yes.
Jake finally gets a cat and it talks to him.
For a second, I thought you were serious.
I'm so sorry to let you down like this.
I was like, what? Yes! Oh, no. Wait, hold on.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah, thank you all for listening. And until next time, I'm Sarah.
I have been Blair.
Sorry, I was taking a selfie with Geralt. I'm Seda.
Make sure you put that. Wait, hold on. Make sure you put that selfie in the episode description.
Of course.
Thank you. And until next time, keep your hand on the Escapade device.
Hey, yeah. Do that.
Oh, also, I
You wanna
think
give
my
that
name is
another go?
Emily Swashbuckle. Sorry.
Yeah, not
Forgot
Seda.
the
Who's Seda?
And until next time, keep your hand on the swashbuckle device. Good night, everyone.
Oh, pirate Animorphs.
Oh my god, Pirate Animorphs.
Oh, no. I have to leave. I have to leave now.